Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Mo, aka Swedish Whiskey Girl, and today we are trying some incredible liquid. So these whiskies are from House of Hazelwood, which is a kind of branch from the Gordon family, and they collect old stock, I guess you could say, or they're sitting on old stock of whiskey, which is quite amazing stock, and they have kindly sent me these samples so I get to try them, and I thought I would try them for you guys, because yeah, I don't really know what to say about them, but I guess we should go through them, and I also have the prices here right next to me so I can look them up as I speak. But first of all, we're going to try a 39-year-old blended malt Scotch whisky called Sunshine on Speyside, non-chill filtered natural colour, and it is cask strength but sits at 42.5% ABV, and that retails at a mere £1,200. And then we have a blended grain Scotch whisky which is 43 years old called The Lost Estate. Also non-chill filtered, natural colour, cask strength, but it's at 41.6%. And that's not it. We also have a single grain Scotch, which is from 1964, called The First Drop. This is from the Charles Gordon collection. It is at 41.5% ABV, natural colour, distilled in 1964 and bottled 2022. So you do the maths. And finally, this dark stuff is from 1968, single grain Scotch whisky called the Scotch Trials, and this has been matured in a sherry cask, but also from the Charles Gordon collection, so natural colour, distilled in 1968 and bottled in 2022. And like I said, the Sunshine on Speyside retails at $950, the Lost Estate at $1,200, the First Drops, let's double check so I don't say the wrong thing, is £3,000, and the Cask Trials are $3,800. So definitely a bit too pricey for my own wallet, but I am very privileged to be able to try them here. So let's start by having a little look on the nose of the blended malt. Something about old whiskey, it just has something about it. Immediately there's so many things going on. It's a bit of honey, it's a bit of kind of a nutty, almost chocolate tone. Very golden, like floral but sweet. And a touch of grassiness, but it's a very kind of, the grassiness goes in with the floral tones and feel very soft. Some sort of really ripe fruits as well. I'm thinking about yellow orange fruits, but like really like tropical juiciness in the fruits. Let's have a little sip. Sláinte. There's something about it. So all that golden notes that you would, if you're used to drinking older whiskey that is maybe 25 years plus, you might recognize it because it's almost like a golden, really soft blanket that you just pull over yourself, and that's the kind of character that comes through. But there's also something else in there. And what is that? It's something green but almost chalky as well. And almost a bit like eucalyptus. You really get it when you close your mouth and breathe out on the finish. Maybe we'll have to come back to that one and have a look. I'm going through them fairly quickly, I know, but I'm definitely going to take some time and savour these, and I'm actually going to Sweden, or I might be in Sweden when this comes out actually. So I'm gonna probably bring these and share with my dad. As some of you know, he's a big whiskey fan, so it would be a shame not to have him try something that's almost as old as him. So yeah, let's have a look on the blended grain, sorry. straight away on the nose you can sense that it's a grain because it has that vanilla ice cream grain notes that I just love. It's grainy, almost a bit minty on the nose as well. So whereas the previous one was very golden, this is almost like a really light purple, like a lilac, because it's very sweet and very desserty. Probably a bit like a creme brulee as well. Comparatively to the previous one, this one has less going on than the nose, but more powerfulness from that vanilla yumminess. So it's very kind of a lovely grain whiskey character. But if you're looking for more layers, the previous one had more layers on the nose. But let's have a look on the palate. Oh, this is so right up my street. I love grain whiskey. Grain whiskey is great, especially old grain whiskey. It tends to just have something magical about it. It's almost like vanilla ice cream meets milk chocolate. It's just so desserty. So if you have a sweet tooth, grain whiskies are great. Now it almost has a bit of a grapefruit on the nose as well. Something quite zesty. And so like full of flavour, but very even. It doesn't have anything that juts out, and no unevenness in the edges. It's just delicious. If you like grain whiskey. If you don't like grain whiskey, this definitely has a grain whiskey character. So I feel like you have to enjoy that note to then enjoy this. But yeah, we'll leave that one aside for now. We're going to have a little sip through again at the end and see which one we prefer. But this is the 1964 from the Charles Gordon collection. And this is a single grain. Compared to the previous one is fresher. This one has more Dunnage Warehouse, old wood notes. It's more like stepping into a wooden library with leather armchairs, that kind of character. Yeah, a bit leathery, but it does have a sweetness in the middle of it. It's like vanilla leather armchair. Yeah, let's see what this one is like on the nose or on the palate. Definitely darker than the previous one, and it doesn't have that clear grain whiskey note. So if you gave this to me blind, I probably wouldn't guess firsthand that it was a single grain unless I was looking for it. But it's just, you can get it when you're searching for it. There's something underneath it on the finish. But just trying it, it just has like a lovely old elegance and woodiness about it that it doesn't have that kind of vanilla ice cream that like really jumps out in the previous one. I also don't think any of these need water. They sit very nicely where they are. Yeah, that definitely, but this is such a good example of a well balanced woodiness. I mean, for something so old, you never know if the wood's just gonna take over, but it definitely has it in this one. it's also quite calm. There's not a lot of things flying in every direction. It just sits and is quite like easy to like and just elegant rather than powerful. Yeah, I think that's the best way of describing it. But I'm very curious about the 1968 that's been returned sherry. As you can see, it looks like flat cola. So yeah, let's have a nose. Yes, that is sherry, isn't it? Oh, wow. It's like muscovado sugar straight away. It's almost like toffee. A lovely sherry tone. If you gave this to me blind, I'm not sure I could tell you. Like if I didn't have it in a glass and someone just blindfolded me and had me nose the glass, I probably think it was a sherry. It's so rich and raisiny and like sherried, but still with a little bit of that vanilla ice cream note in it as well. That's something I could nose for a really long time. Just fascinating. But let's have a sip. Sláinte Skål. Oh, that's rich on the palate as well. A little bit of petrol. I'm quite happy to find it as well. So when I closed my mouth and breathed out, was breathing out, it's that sherry note that I associate with petrol. I know I've spoken about it before, and I only think some people know what I talk about. I think in particular if you think the petrol smells a bit nice, it's some sort of like almost chemical note, but it kind of enhances the character as well because it just brings another layer. The thing is though, I was close to saying that this is a sherry bomb, which in a sense it is, but it's not a sherry bomb that screams in your face. It's just a lot of sherry influence. But the thing is though, even though it has a lot of sherry, it still has a whiskey character, which I really appreciate, because if you have something that's too sherried, then why not just drink sherry? But what you want from something like this that is also this old, you want the character to come through, and I think you still get the grain whiskey character coming through, which I'm almost a bit surprised by, because grain whiskey tends to be so light that it can pick up something so quickly. But it must have been well managed casks. It's definitely kind of leathery, it's sherried, it's petrol, and it's sweetness. It's almost that vanilla sweetness in the middle. It has a lot of things going on. We are going to have a little recip now that we've tried all of them, and I'll see if I can find a favourite. So the Sunshine on Speyside. That was a bit like melon, oranges, but herby as well. It's just very yellow. And then at the end, it's that weird note. It's kind of grassy, but this is what's so fun with some older whiskies, that they have things that's so hard to pinpoint, and I don't really know what they are. It's something weird, and I appreciate it for what it is. This is the Lost Estate. Definitely sweeter. Now, a sweet, nice grain whiskey. That's what I'm gonna just sum that up by. And then the first drop. I do feel like the 1964 and the 68 have like an elegance that the other two don't have in the same way. They're fresher and lighter in a way, but still that kind of dignified old whiskey. But these just have another era about them. Yeah, quite woody, but in a good way. Woody yet sweet. You do sense that it's a grain whiskey, but it's not as vanilla desserty as the previous one. Good though. And then we have our last one. That's just so much fun to try. And it reminds me of a Cavalan. The Lost Estate 43 is probably the one that like speaks to my heart the most, because I just love that style. I mean, the 1968, that's just such an experience of a whiskey. Which one do you think you would have liked the best? Let me know in the comments below. Have you tried any of these? I know some people out there have a much better wallet than I do, so if you have tried them, let me know your thoughts as well. And I hope to see you in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please consider leaving a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I've also put my affiliate links to Master Malt, the Whisky Exchange and the Scottish Malt Whisky Society in the section here below. But I'll see you in the next video. Sláinte Skål.